Well, hello, Facebook community tribe. This is Alejandro Tornato coming directly from Beaufort, Georgia. And I am so happy and glad and thrilled to be connecting with you once again. This is our transformational mentoring midweek edition. And it's great to be here once again. As an aside note, I mean, I just I truly love doing these Facebook lives. I do this one today, and then I do one on Sundays, which I called the quote of the week. And I started a brand new page. This is a little bit of self promotion, and I know that you don't mind me sharing and letting you know that you can connect with me on my page on Transformational Mentoring with Alejandro Tornato on Facebook. But also, I have a brand new page with a dear friend and colleague, Makisher Whetstone, and that is called, the page is Live Without Limits. Live Without Limits. And I encourage you to go. If you have a presence in Facebook, go search for the page. Look us up, and tomorrow I will remind you that tomorrow, Thursday, every Thursday, we have been doing a Facebook Live together, with Makisher at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And we did our launch Facebook Live for the page, and then we did last Thursday we did a Facebook Live, and we talked about the law of intentionality from the book by John Maxwell, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. A great book. And we thought that it was a great moment to actually talk about intentionality. And so we enjoyed doing that Facebook Live. And tomorrow, Thursday, we are going to be doing another Facebook Live. And shall I tell you what the topic is going to be tomorrow? I don't think so. I'm going to keep it a secret or a mystery. I don't want to ruin that expectation for you. So tomorrow, 7 p.m., I want you to be there in the room virtually with us, because we are going to keep adding value to you and helping you to be inspired, to be motivated, to be charged, to really be fully present and charged, because we want to speak truth and value to you, to your life, so your journey gets better and better and better. That is my desire, and I know that that is Makisher's desire as well. And just before I get into today's topic, I want to also remind you that on Saturday, May 2nd, Makisher and myself, we are doing a workshop here in Norcross, Georgia. and is going to be a great workshop, very engaging, very informative, very interactive. We don't want to be the only speakers. I mean, we want to interact, with the participants, and we are going to be doing some exercises, and so basically, you will not be bored in that workshop. Is going to be a very energetic and engaging workshop, and that is our desire for everyone there. So you can actually register. You can register on our page. Go to Live Without Limits, and there's going to be a link there so you can register, or you can just go directly to eventbrite.com, search for Live Without Limits in Norcross, Georgia, and you'll find the event, and you can get tickets and registered there as well. So I'm going to be putting a note or a link on the comments there, so you will have that link. As a matter of fact, I put the link on my Facebook profile, and I also put it on my other page, the Transformational Mentoring with Alejandro Tornato. So definitely go and register. Don't put it off. You will definitely gain a lot of information, knowledge, and you'll have a great time of personal growth with us. Now, to today's topic, what I wanted to share with all of you today is this concept of never change to be accepted by others. Never change to be accepted by others. Stay weird. Stay weird. And yes, you heard it from me. I said it. And I didn't have any problems saying it. And when you watch this video, if you're watching it right now live, or if you pick up the recording later on, and then you'll see, never change to be accepted by others. Stay weird. You'll probably ask yourself, what is this guy? What is Alejandro? Listen, perhaps you, Alejandro, you are weird, but I am not weird, and I'm definitely not staying weird. If I thought that I was weird, what do you mean? Well, we will get into that. Don't worry. But for right now, we're concentrating on never change to be accepted by others or to please others. Are you a people's pleaser all the time? Let me share this with you. Throughout my life journey, I have come across not just a few people, but many, many people, and I've interacted with many people, and I know many of those people, they change, or they tried to change who they were in order to be accepted by others. You see how sad that is, how very sad that is, because that shows a tremendous need for acceptance, and at the same time, a tremendous emptiness, if you really have that need to be accepted by others. Let me give you some figures. You see, as of today, pretty much there are about 7 billion people on the planet. 7 billion with a B. Do you want to be accepted by 7 billion people? So wherever you go, wherever you are, do you want people to accept you, and do you want to please everybody? Well, let me just tell you that is a very silly thought. That is a very stupid thought, if you ask me, because it will not happen. No matter how much you try, it will not happen. And I don't think that is that is what we need to be aspiring and hoping for every day, is to be accepted by the whole planet. I certainly don't want to. And yet there are people who even violate their own values. They compromise their own values in order to be accepted by others. Would you violate your value or your values to please others, to be accepted by others or by the majority? Are you that hungry? Is your ego that hungry that you need that level of acceptance for you to be living a happy life, or a fulfilled life, or a satisfied life? Never change to be accepted by others. Now, if you have been following me for some time now, I mean, you know me, you know that I am all about change. And that word change, that for so many people is not a good word. Is not a good word. People don't like change. They don't like to go through change. They don't like when change comes to them. They don't have to be immersed in any kind of change. Because, I mean, change is unsettling. Change is there's a degree of unknown things when change happens. So not many people love change. But if you know me, if you've been following me, you know that I am all about change. I love change. I think that change is essential for us to keep growing and to keep developing and to keep getting better and to keep getting into the next level of our evolution. We need change. Things don't happen in a vacuum. Things don't happen in the so-called comfort zone where there is no change. Motion and action happens when you are going through change. I remember, even from my early days, there was a lot of physical change in my life. I lived in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and then I went to England, and I lived in the south of England in a place called Bournemouth, and then I moved to Pontypridd in South Wales in the UK, and I lived there overall for about 15 years. And then I came to the States, and since my very beginnings living in the States, I moved to different states. I lived in Louisville, Kentucky, and I lived in Massachusetts, and I lived in just outside of Chicago, and I lived in Salt Lake City. And then I lived in Lafayette, Louisiana. And then I came to Beaufort, Georgia, just outside of the Atlanta metropolitan area. And in all those places, it's not that I had that depressive state or that complaining attitude. Oh, there is change again. We have to go through change again. No. It was a spirit of excitement. It was a spirit of immersing myself in that new environment, that new culture, and to learn and to explore. And change is good because throughout all those changes, I learned immensely, and I grew immensely, because you learn and you grow by interacting with other people, by meeting other people, by exploring other places, by learning from those places. There's tremendous learning experiences. But that's one kind of change. That's the change that I am all for it. If you have to change your job because your job is making you unhealthy, because your job is producing a level of stress in your life that eventually is going to kill you, then change is good. Change your situation. It's good. If you need to move to a different town or a different state or even a different country because that would provide you with more and better opportunities for you to succeed, to grow, to influence other people, to make a difference, to make an impact, then by all change, do it. Change. That's why not all change is the same. Those changes that are going to make you better, take you to a next level. Those are good changes. You should embrace those changes. You should be thrilled and happy to go through those changes. We should welcome those changes. You see, that's why when it comes to not all change is bad. Some change is good, is really good. And that's why you have a different flavor of ice creams. Because not everybody loves the same flavor. I particularly love, dulce de leche flavor ice cream. That's my favorite. I love it. But perhaps you don't. You love vanilla ice cream, or you love strawberry ice cream, whatever it may be. So that's why there are many flavors. Now, what is the change that I'm talking about here? It says never change to be accepted by others. Is never change who you are. In the depth of your soul. I mean, who you are as a person and who you show up in the world. Don't change that. Because the world needs you as who you are. Not anything different. Now, would every person that you meet there are some people who walk into a room and it's like the sun just came out, full of vitality and energy and a great presence. You can feel their energy when they come into a room. Now, some people are going to love that and want even more of that, whereas there's some other group that are going to hate it. They will not be able to stand you because perhaps you're too happy for them, or you are full of life for them. And they would not like that. Now, are you going to change who you are? Are you going to become dark to please them? That's what we're talking here. Never change to grab the acceptance of others. Stay weird. You see, I mean, I'm sure that throughout my journey, that some people, I mean, they thought of me as a kind of a weird individual. I mean, I would never do what this fellow does. And that's okay. And that's okay. Now, there are two concepts that I want to touch a little bit now that are a part of this never change to be accepted by others is the concept of self-improvement, and then the concept of self-acceptance. Self-improvement and self-acceptance. Now, self-improvement, it's standing out, making a difference. Put your best foot forward. Become the very best version that you can be. Some people would even say, fake it until you make it. I personally don't resonate with that. I mean, I don't like the faking it part. I don't think that we ought or we should be faking anything. We should not be fakers. I think that rather than my statement would be, rather than fake it until you make it, is improve it or keep improving it until you become it, until you be it. Improve it, work at it until you become it or be it. Don't fake it, just improve it, keep working at it, explore it until you become it. And then the concept of self-acceptance. Self-acceptance. And self-acceptance says, be yourself. Be authentically yourself. Be vulnerable. Be open. Be transparent. Be weird. And accept yourself as such, because not everyone, we are unique individuals. I don't want to copy anybody else. I just want to be me. Because if you are going to accept me, you are going to accept me. I mean, if you like the way that I present, that I speak, that I shared ideas, then my message is going to, and not only my message, but my style, the style in which I present the message is going to resonate with you. Now, if you want Tony Robbins' message or his style of presenting, then that's fine. You will not offend me. I mean, if you rather go with Tony Robbins. I mean, I love Tony Robbins, but I am not Tony Robbins. And I don't aspire to be a copycat of Tony Robbins. I would like to perhaps improve myself in some areas that I believe that are strengths in Tony Robbins, and I would like to improve in that. I mean, that's part of self-improvement. That's getting better, but never be an exact duplicate of Tony Robbins, because there is only one Tony Robbins. And there is one me. There is only one Alejandro Tornato. So self-acceptance is be yourself, is love yourself. Love who you are, because you are unique. You are enough. As a matter of fact, you are more than enough. You are fully resourced. You have all the resources inside of you to make an impact in the world, to change the world. You see, I have a little quote, a little picture on my wall, and it's a quote. I'm sure that you know, by a quote by Gandhi. And Gandhi says, "Be the change you want to see in the world." Now, what was Gandhi talking about when it says be the change? It says Gandhi was not saying change who you are as a human being so that the whole world accepts you. No. It's be the change you want to see in the world. If you want to see peace in the world, then be a person of peace in the world. If you want love in the world, then be a person who is loving, but never violate or compromise your deep values as a human being to get the acceptance of others and to please others, because no matter how much and no matter how hard we would ever try, we will never, ever please or be accepted by everyone, or even the people who perhaps we want to be accepted by. They will not. They will reject us, and that is totally fine. At least it's totally fine with me, and I hope that after this teaching that it would be totally fine with you. So never change to be accepted by others. Stay weird. Be different. And there's nothing wrong with being different. As a matter of fact, the only way that we are standing out from the crowd is to be different from the crowd. No one who is mingling in the crowd and trying to become just like the crowd is never going to stand out from the crowd. Only the people who are different from the crowd are standing out. So, thank you so very much. I think that I went a little bit long today, but I had the desire in my heart, to share this content with all of you, and it's always a delight to be connecting, to be sharing, to have this time that we can be together, either live or just go into the recording later on. So thank you very much. And as I always end my broadcasts, encouraging you to live every moment, to be resilient, and also to be kind, to be passionate, to be well.